Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. I've been saying this for so long. I've been saying this for so long. Now, granted, we still aren't 100% positive, but if you've been in the live chats, you know what I'm talking about as far as me guessing who the hook killer is. Okay? Been saying it in the videos, I've been saying it in the live streams, and people have been sitting there saying, no, she's too obvious. And you know who I'm sitting there talking about. Starts with an A. And some other people as well, but I love being right. I'm not 100% right, but I'm like 98% sure that I am right. And I love it. That's one reason why I'm smiling so much. Why I'm actually in a good mood. The other reason is because remember yesterday I was sitting up there being like, how could I turn this episode into gold or silver? And today, I didn't even have to do that. I didn't have to do that. Because this episode was actually good. This episode was good. And I want to start off with Carly. Because I got a couple of questions. I mean, they talk about Reese being burnt up and everything like that, and the car crash. So, if she died in a car crash, who was the chick that Sonny was dating? That came back to ruin Carly's life, and she called herself Reese. I forgot the actress' real name, but I remember her in a really great movie called Something Obsession. And if you heard of the movie or you've seen the movie, you know why I really like that movie. But that's beside the point. My question is, did she die or not? I know that G sometimes has this whole thing about retconning things like Nicholas and the whole Hayden Barnes thing. But are we doing that again? Anyway, she is feeling she goes to the gravesite. Oh no, she goes to the high school. She's thinking about the last words that she had with her best friend, saying that I hope you crash and burn up or whatever. Like, hope you crash your car into a burning, into a brick wall or something. I don't exactly remember the exact words, but she says something that she couldn't take back. And yeah, Drew's like, listen, just because you wish for something and it happens, you can't blame yourself. Obviously, as an adult, she knows that. But it's extremely difficult knowing that your last words to somebody wasn't really kind. It was actually pretty mean. At the end of the day, this is a really sad, um, this is a sad event. The adults in these girls' lives failed them miserably, okay? And Carly blamed herself for this guy coming on to her when she was a minor. I don't think I actually have to really go any further into that, but I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say what happened to the guy. Let's just sit there and say that he deleted himself. Kind of have to be careful with the whole YouTube thing. But the point is, the adults in their lives failed them miserably. And, she finally started to believe that what happened to her wasn't her fault. And it was a really good scene. The scenes between Carly and Drew have been kind of iffy at best lately. Okay? And most of the times when they're together, I'm just kind of like, today, today, it's not even that I make an exception. Today it was just an actual good scene. So Josh comes in there and sees the torturer. I'm just gonna call him the torturer. I forgot his name. And she's like, "Hey, I left my jacket. Can I go get my jacket?" She's like, "No, no, no." And the guy's like, "No, he's not here, and I'm in charge right now. So yeah, you're just not gonna go in any place that I deem is not necessary to go into." Just like, "Oh, okay, cool." Valentine is not there making Michael an offer as far as come back to ELQ. This way they can kind of both run the company a little bit and still have um, time to do their outside projects. Valentine getting back his daughter, and Michael taking down Sonny. It was kind of weird because he was like, "I know that you have problems with your dad or whatever." I don't know exactly where this is going as far as him having time, but obviously, if Michael came back to ELQ, he wouldn't have to be doing Aurora Media and also taking down Cindy at the same time. So he did think about that for a minute. Josh came in. Johnson was like, "Yo, listen, I think Sonny has Dex." So they get down there, and the guy turns around. He's like, "Yo, didn't I tell you that you don't have access to this place? Why don't you sit there and why don't you tell your friend at the same, tell your friend that too, because things ain't gonna change." Mike was like, "Yo, I'm not gonna lie. In this scene, he was kind of a badass. Okay, he was like, 'Yo, listen, you need to choose your next move carefully.'" And he laid it out for him. He was like, "Yo, listen, I know Dex is somewhere, and she's gonna go take a look around. And if you don't let her in, I'm gonna call my brother, the cop, and have him come and search her out." Long story short, he was like, "Yo, um, you get caught for this, Sonny's gonna act like he doesn't even know you. So your best bet is to let her look around." So Josh finds Dex. Dex, I didn't realize that Dex was freezing. Okay, this guy is delirious. He is singing and everything like that, and Josh is able to sit there and get him untied, and just when we're about to sit there and leave, the guy starts blocking the door like, "Yo, you ain't going nowhere," until Sonny gets back. I'm like, "Bro, you serious? What do you think Sonny's gonna do if he finds out that you're blocking his children's exit?" Josh a couple of times like, "Yo, listen, I got time for this." He's like, "I don't got time for this. I'm just gonna sit there and call the cops." And at some point, Sonny comes in, and Michael's like, "Hey, guess what we found?" So Josh is even more angry at him. And I understand why Josh was initially angry with him. He also kind of looked at it and was like, well, Josh knew exactly what Sonny was doing. Even when her mom and Sonny was on the best of terms, she knew that he was in the mom. Okay? You knew exactly how your stepdad got his money. So I know she's gonna sit and be like, "Oh, you're a Batman," and this, that, and the third. I'm like, yeah, this whole self-righteous speech is coming a little bit far too late. That's pretty much what it ends. They question Diane because Diane wakes up. Diane is like, she finally starts to remember. She's like, "It's a woman." And I'm like, the whole time I'm smiling, like, it's a woman, right? Funny, because I've been telling people that is Asmund. People like, nah. Okay, I'm done gloating for now. I will save the gloating for next time I do my live stream. My point is, he identified the attacker as a woman, around the same height as her. Victor wants Victor wants Nicholas to divorce Ava. He's like, "No, you need to sit there and do it. I'm going to make you do it." And I guess it's because Ava's a liability at this point. Valentine somehow found a letter that Nicholas gave Ava. And Nicholas was like, how'd you find the letter? He was like, it's a trade secret. I was like, no. I wrote that down specifically in my notes. How did you find this damn letter? Like, I seriously want to know, how'd you find the letter? Anyway, he was like, yo, listen, this was going to happen. Um, you're gonna divorce her. We're gonna make you do it. He's like, we're gonna make you do it even if you're dead. Now, with that being said, I'm like, that is your nephew. And if you're able to sit there and kill um nephew, then I guess it does give a little bit of pause. It does give a little more concern to, Charlotte being in that boarding school. But I still don't sit there and think that he would harm Charlotte. I just don't. Okay, I just don't. Um, and the whole time you see this person with a cloth, with a hoodie or whatever, black hoodie, look like Little Red Riding Hood, except for it's all black. And of course, at some point, the person turns around and it's Esme, and I'm like, in my head, I was like, I want to sit there and yell, I was right, I was right. I didn't do that though, because um, I don't really know why I didn't do that, to be honest. I wanted to do that. But I think that's where it ended, and I immediately turned on my laptop and I was like, now Ava is not there talking to Ryan and just asking questions like, hey, because apparently Ryan used to sit there and take people out with hooks or whatever. He was like, hey, did you do it, whatever, or somebody did it. Ryan is not there talking in his head like, hey, if anyone's going to sit there and got you, it's going to be me. Which made me believe that, yeah, it wasn't him. Um, it wasn't him. So they talk a little bit more. Start talking about the minute that she talks about Esme, that's when it gets Ryan's attention. So they talk a little bit more, and in some ways, Ava alludes to the fact that, you know, hey, Spoon Island's slippery, and if you don't watch your steps, you can sit there and fall somewhere. I kept wondering like how far was she gonna push him, because at this point he can get out at any point in time. But I'm like, in all reality, he has one hand. What is he really gonna do? I mean, yeah, he's bigger than her, but he still only has one hand. Let me double check some stuff. Oh, I forgot to sit there and say Dante was there, TJ was there. Um, Yesterday I forgot when I was doing my review to talk about Sasha, and I thought about that when I was at work, and I was just like, man, she ain't really doing too much of anything. I mean, she came there, she was sad, she found the dress, she hugged Maxie, and that was pretty much about it. But I feel like that's about it for today, or at least the most pertinent information. But I will sit there and say that it was a good episode. I wish, you know what? I'm not gonna sit there and be negative. It was a good episode, and we'll sit there and leave off, with that. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.